did you bury charms near your hut to bind the prince's heart?
The crowd's voices rose like thunder over the red earth village square. Did you bury charms near your hut to bind the prince's heart? One woman shouted, pointing at Amara with a shaking finger. Answer! Amara's hands trembled. Her eyes, usually gentle pools of warmth, now glistened with fear. No! I swear on my grandmother's grave, I have never touched such things. Lies! A chorus cried. How else could a nobody draw the heart of Prince Kofi? You are a witch! Prince Kofi stepped forward, his royal blue wrapper glinting in the sun, the weight of his authority and confusion heavy in his gaze. He demanded silence. Enough! Tell me everything from the beginning. And so the story unfolded. Amara had always lived on the edge of the village, in a small hut with a roof patched from old palm leaves. Her wrapper was faded, mended countless times by her late grandmother, the woman who had raised her with wisdom and love. While other village girls pranced in gold-beaded necklaces and vibrant wrappers, flaunting their beauty in preparation for the festival, Amara walked quietly, offering her small portion of cassava to hungry children and helping elders fetch water from the well. Amara, why don't you dress up? One girl asked with a sneer. Prince Kofi will see you anyway, poor and ragged as you are. She only smiled softly. What is beauty without kindness? The gods see hearts, not just ornaments. The market buzzed with excitement. Women carried baskets overflowing with yams, cassava and palm wine, shouting prices and gossiping with one another. Children ran barefoot along red dirt roads, their laughter echoing through the village. In preparation for the grand festival, elders instructed the girls in ceremonial dances, their hands moving like whispers of the ancestors, feet stamping rhythms that made the earth tremble. Prince Kofi, son of the mighty King Oba, had grown weary of the empty smiles and rehearsed beauty of the village girls. He observed the festival with polite detachment, nodding at each suitor while his mind sought sincerity, something deeper than wrappers and beads. I am tired of pretense, he muttered to his guard. I will find what is true, even if I must walk alone. Each day, Amara retreated to her sanctuary by the river. The water shimmered like liquid silver under the sun, smooth stones lining its bank. Here she sang songs of hope and loneliness, her voice carrying sorrow and yearning into the forest. Birds perched on branches near her, the fish leapt gracefully in tune, and even the monkeys paused to listen. The forest seemed to hush, granting her peace. One afternoon, Kofi, frustrated by the superficial displays at the festival, wandered into the forest. He followed the faint strains of a song, each note tugging at something buried deep within his heart. There, by the river, he saw her, not adorned in jewels or bright wrappers, but in humility and grace, singing with a soul pure enough to make the forest itself lean in closer. "Who are you?" he asked, stepping onto the soft earth. Amara froze, fear and awe mingling in her eyes. I am Amara, my lord. Please, I did not know anyone was here." "You do not perform to impress, do you? Your voice, it speaks the truth of a heart I have been seeking." They spoke for hours, sharing stories of dreams, kindness, and the unfairness of the world. Kofi returned each day, learning the depth of her wisdom and the strength of her gentle heart. But not all eyes watched with innocence. Naya, a village maiden, had followed him secretly one day. Hidden among the trees, she saw Kofi and Amara laughing, sharing and singing together. The sight inflamed her envy into a burning fire. That very night, she whispered into the ears of the villagers, planting the first seeds of rumor. "Have you heard? Amara uses dark charms to bind Prince Kofi," she hissed to her friends. "I saw it. The animals, the river, it's unnatural." By morning, whispers had spread like wildfire. The girls who once ignored Amara now gossiped openly. Stones pelted her hut. Mockery replaced the gentle greetings of yesterday. Villagers shoved her into the open square. "Show us your charms," they demanded. Amara's bare feet scraped against the dirt, her arms raised defensively. "I have nothing but my heart. You are wrong." Even the elders were torn. Some believed the gossip, others remembered her kind deeds. Prince Coffee arrived just as the mob reached fever pitch, his presence commanding attention. "Silence!" he shouted. "What is happening here?" The accusers presented a small bag of feathers, bones, and dried herbs, insisting these were the tools of her deception. Amara's voice trembled as she denied the claims, but the crowd's whispers continued, venomous and persistent. The village oracle, Mother Adama, was summoned. She was ancient, her eyes clouded yet piercing, her voice like wind through dry leaves. "The ancestors will speak," she intoned. "Only the truth will be revealed." Amara's suffering deepened. Days passed with villagers avoiding her or throwing insults. She walked alone to the river, her tears falling silently into the current, wondering if the gods had abandoned her. Kofi, torn between love and duty, remained by her side in secret, offering whispers of comfort, but even he could not stop the village's fury. The oracle prepared a spiritual test more fearsome than truth water. Amara was to drink from the sacred spring, while a ritual chant called upon the ancestors to reveal any hidden malice or magic. If guilty, the waters would burn her soul. If innocent, she would be protected. Naya, ever cunning, bribed minor spirits and distracted village acolytes, attempting to sway the oracle. She planted further evidence and faked visions to convince the elders that Amara's heart might be corrupt. Her manipulation extended to framing other girls who supported Amara, creating fractures among allies. Every whisper, every shadowed look became another layer of torment. When the ritual began, the crowd gathered under the ancient baobab tree. Amara's trembling hands lifted the clay cup. The oracle's voice resonated through the clearing. "Child of the people, does your heart hide darkness?" Amara drank. The water touched her lips. Silence. Then the oracle chanted louder, calling upon the ancestors with drumbeats that shook the ground. Suddenly, the water glowed and a vision appeared. Naya and her acolytes were revealed, their envy spilling like poison from their hearts.
Amara's innocence radiated outward, the river shimmering around her as if confirming the truth. The crowd gasped. Even the most skeptical elders bowed in recognition. Kofi stepped forward, eyes glistening. "Amara, your heart is more beautiful than any jewel, brighter than any crown. You have suffered while others sought to destroy you, yet your kindness never faltered." The jealous girls were publicly shamed, their plots exposed. Naya, humiliated before the entire village, wept, unable to deny the spiritual truth. Villagers who had mocked Amara now bowed and apologized. She forgave them, her heart undiminished by cruelty. Kofi took her hand, his smile tender. "Will you walk with me, not as a princess of wealth, but as the queen of my heart?" Tears streamed down her face, blending joy with the lingering pain of her trials. "Yes," she whispered, her voice steady despite years of suffering. Amara became both revered and beloved. She continued helping the poor and teaching the village that true beauty lay in the heart. Each evening, she returned to the river, singing, her melodies now intertwined with laughter, love, and the gentle accompaniment of forest creatures. Kofi remained at her side, learning that royalty meant little when compared to the wealth of the spirit. And Naya? She left the village, a cautionary tale of envy, manipulation, and the consequences of a poisoned heart.